by AT&T. We're so excited to be back with y'all. We're here in Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. We have a dope set for you. I mean, they hooked us up this year, D.
I feel good. I might not leave. I might stay. I might stick around. I might stick around.
Cleveland, you like the land.
You know what? It's an endearing little city. I don't know why LeBron left.
Maybe we'll get to ask him. Maybe we'll get to ask him. Well, we have a great game coming up for you guys. Obviously, Iowa, they have their own destiny to fill. That's what's so interesting about this matchup. It's literally two destinies.
Well, I just think when you talk about Iowa and everything they've been through, getting to this game last year and losing, beating the South Carolina team, and then on the flip side, there's nothing better than sweet revenge.
Shall we cheers as we check out? Nice little game tease.
Iowa has conquered South Carolina.
Losing, it feels like a hole in our hearts, and I don't think we want to feel that feeling again.
I came to win.
Iowa will face undefeated South Carolina.
South Carolina is completely different than who they were last year.
Camila Cardoso, she's 6'7", there's no one that can guard her.
Being able to play on this stage versus the best team in the country, you know, anything can happen.
I think Iowa gets the win if we knock down open threes.
Clark, step back three. You bet.
We can't just keep all eyes on her.
We're definitely going to take this game personal.
I'm going to go out there and give everything I can to bring, you know, our first national title back to Iowa City.
Woo! I'm hyped.
I just love Iowa's messaging right now. They just all seem like they're on the same page. They know what they missed out on last year.
I'm a Hawkeye fan right now.
I know. Well, I mean, when you put down the blue, I might be yellow inside, you know?
Well, we just saw the best of some of these players. We haven't seen this yet, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to see the best of some of our plays.
This is what happens when your ratings go up every year.
Ooh.
Look at this place.
We're back.
If you're ready, get your Yeti. Asia Wilson, the #1 cock in the building. Another three for South Carolina. The cocks are on fire.
Let's go, cock for the win. It's a G-rated show from what I heard.
Well, yeah, kind of.
Sedagus.
Oh, I love a good entrance.
Nothing like a good swirl. Tarasi Bird, All-American.
Oh, it's Tarasi Bird
Oh,
now?
my bad. Are we not changing it? I thought we talked about this. All right, from the top. Cheryl, you scored 100 points in a game?
105.
I didn't play the last 2 minutes, though.
Did you watch us in college? What? Cam Brink almost doubled your SAT
How
score.
smart is she?
How dumb are you?
I thought an 860 was good on the
Academics.
SAT.
This is my professors. That's what I did in college. You can't see me.
If Caitlin Clark played for Gino, would he let her shoot logo threes?
Should I answer that?
Go ahead.
Hell no.
Okay.
Like, he didn't even let us dribble.
I was on that bike like, let me know when offense time is. Oh, we're on offense?
Let's go.
No, I didn't lose weight in the break. It's an XXL. Get me. What if the bun just popped off and we're like,
Oh, her blooter's getting full.
Your parents get shown a lot?
Oh, for sure.
Yep.
You know you're in trouble.
My mom was definitely dancing. Where do you think I got this from?
When they would put Nancy up there, we were winning. We keep coming back for our back pay. Thank you, ESPN.
Oh my God.
The memories. And I got a free jacket out of it.
I know. What are you going to do with that?
I'm on the up and up this weekend. What do you mean? I'm going to wear it tomorrow to see the Huskies win.
I like what you're talking about there, D. I like what you're talking about. All right, guys, we have a great guest list again today. The guests are really what make it. I mean, check this list out, D.
I mean, you're talking about royalty. Robin Roberts.
Robin Roberts.
You're talking about hip hop, just royal, put the crown on him. Snoopy Snoop. And then we have the president.
Presidente.
The new Seattle Storm.
I know.
Icon. NECA. And then we have Jalen Hurts. If you love football, if you love Philly like Don Staley does, she's going to tune in. And then we got our boy Jason. I mean, at this point, he might as well be on the broadcast every time.
Honestly, why not? Why not? Jason, can you hear us? We need a third co-host. Imagine that did pop off.
That'd be pretty funny.
At this this time, we ask those willing and able to please rise to honor America and those who support our freedom at home and abroad. Today, the flag displayed along the court is held by the women of NASA, scientists, engineers, and leaders from here in Cleveland and across the country. And presenting the colors are the NCOs from the Cleveland Recruiting Battalion, U.S. Army. And now, please join recording artist Michelle Brooks Thompson in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang aloud, the guns bursting in gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Fans, let's hear it for Michelle Brooks Thompson.
The national anthem is that moment. It's like the last moment. What are you thinking when the national anthem's playing? You got a big game coming up.
Usually I have my head down. I'm swaying back
You're
and
a swayer.
forth. I'm
I
a
watch you.
swayer because my ADD kicks in.
Yep.
And it's like the last moment where I forget about everything. And I'm ready to go.
Okay, what do you think Caitlin Clark is thinking right now?
I think she's just so prepared. And I think she's actually spoke about it. And she believes it. I've done all the hard work. I'm just come out here and show out now. And I think she believes that.
All right, what about the other side? If you're Camila Cardoso, actually, if you're Raven Johnson, what are you thinking right now?
I mean, Ravens talked a lot this weekend how she wanted to be back in this game.
Yep.
And I think we talked about it earlier. When you have that type of feeling, you can go one way or another. And she seems like she's worked on her game all offseason to come back to this point where those clips don't happen again.
Very true, very true. Well, I'm excited. I'm excited. This South Carolina team presents a lot of problems, both inside, outside, but it starts and ends with Camila Cardoso.
I mean, she's a player that you can't really scout for. And those are the hardest ones to play against. And then when you talk about Ashlyn and what she did in that first game, 20 rebounds, and I think that's where she affects the game the most. And defensively in particular, you know, if Caitlin struggles early from the outside, she wants to get to the rim. That's really not an option against this team.
Yeah, I actually wouldn't be surprised, or if I was on the coaching staff, I might put Ashlyn Watkins on Caitlin Clark every now and then.
Absolutely.
Give her that length.
Absolutely.
These are the things we're going to be watching for. For Iowa, we want to see a low turnover game, and they got to shoot the three well. On the other side, South Carolina, they need to make perimeter shots. When they make those, everything else opens up.
Right.
And that bench, I mean, they showed up in their last game against NC State. They had 30 points. We want to see 32 plus.
I mean, it's ridiculous when your bench scores that many points.
I know.
I don't think I've ever been on a team that scored that many points off the bench.
What a luxury.
Which it tells you that Dawn has confidence on whoever she puts out there. And to be honest, South Carolina plays that way. Whoever has it going, they get to go.
Well, what have we always said about playing for Dawn?
Oh, she gives everyone the most confidence. And in moments like this, Dawn is just so cool and collected. I mean, she's been here as a player and now as a coach, so she gives her team that confidence. And when we played for her and played with her, we felt that too.
Yeah, actually, what I vividly remember is playing in 2018 in the World Cup. We're playing against Belgium.
That's right.
Got a little sticky.
Yeah.
And you never felt that from Dawn. And when you have the USA on your jersey, that pressure is crazy.
Yeah.
And you never felt that from Dawn.
No, you don't. And that's because she's prepared. And I think she has such a rapport with her players that she talks to them in a way where she always gives you that confidence, no matter how the game's going. And when you can play like that, it's a good feeling.
It is a good feeling. It is a good feeling. Iowa's a confident team, too. Iowa's a confident team, too. This is going to be an interesting one. All right, but before we can get to this game, the semifinals had to be played. Iowa had to play UConn, had to get through them in what some might consider a controversial moment. All right, so we're going to take a look. This was our angle during the game.
Yes.
When we were watching, we see Aaliyah Edwards. I don't see much of a foul.
Outrage.
You see a little bit of a nudge. Even here, you're like, what? Sturdy, steady screen. Marshall does the neck, the cock. But then you take this angle.
The neck cock.
Yep. Well, you know, all this cock talk is wearing off on me. But then you see the angle there, her wide stance.
Yes.
This was the response on the socials.
Look, you can make that call in the first quarter. You can make that call in the second quarter. You can make that call in the third quarter. You can make that call early in the fourth quarter. You can't make it when the game is on the line.
But a rule's a rule, dude.
You know what, though? But there's always
a rule.
But there's always an exception to the rule, as we know.
Oh, I want to see the players.
exception. And you know what? It robbed everyone of that moment.
I want to see the players decide the game.
It robbed the game of a moment either way. And
Either way.
And it robbed Paige of an experience of either making a shot that could change her career, and also you miss that shot, and that propels you to a different level when that stays with you for a whole summer.
It probably would have been a pass to the slipping Aaliyah Edwards, but listen, we got a QR code set up for you so you guys can vote.
Yes.
Was the call good or was it trash? We'll let the voters decide.
We'll let the people talk.
We'll let the people talk. It's how this country works. It's called democracy.
Kind of.
You know how that works.
Oh, is that what they call it now?
Democracy.
The founding fathers.
So if you scan the QR code, you see it right there. It's brought to you by AT&T. Should we try again? Should we put our vote in? It didn't work for us last time. Let's see if we can get it.
I mean, I wonder if Robin Roberts has ever scanned a QR code.
We'll ask her.
We'll ask her live.
That'll be the perfect start. Ooh, vote now. Was it a foul? I voted.
You voted?
Yeah.
I don't think we got to it last time.
Vote is submitted.
Voted.
All right, speaking of the great Robin Roberts, she's going to be joining us now with her Yeti in hand. And she's showing us how to do it. She goes, this is how you scan.
What up, ladies? Oh, come on, give me some love.
Oh, my God.
Hey, Dee. Hey, Sue.
Hey.
How are you?
Welcome.
Robin, can you believe this?
I'm loving it.
Can you believe
I'm loving
this?
it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Loving it for all who have paved the way for this great moment. I was in Phoenix to the men's semis. This energy here, far exceeds what I.
There's something special about what's going on in women's sports, and you know we talk about it a lot. You've been there since day one.
Yes,
You've been day one.
Yes,
Robin,
yes, I have.
day
I think we
one.
have evidence of that, actually.
No, not the big hair.
Oh, yeah, bring it in.
No. We wouldn't do that to you.
Come on.
We wouldn't do that to you.
But you've been here since day one. What is this?
We wouldn't do that to you.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, that shirt.
Lady Lion.
I mean, would you not rock that shirt right now, though?
Absolutely.
But look at that. Look at that grit right there. You know what?
That's when they used to make you do those poses for the pictures.
I know. Give me the triple threat.
Yeah,
but in all sincerity, to have played the game back in the day,
right?
You know, and your mother, maybe your mom and your dad and cousins would come to the games, and then you see an arena like this packed. But it is so worthy because the play, the excellence, all the way down the bench it's just exceptional.
Well, you've been here since, as you were saying, day one, but you covered us in our games, in our Final Fours. But what you're seeing now in the women's game, I'm curious your thoughts on. This feels different, right?
Yeah, it does.
The energy, the following, it feels different. What do you think is the reason that it's finally hit now?
I think because we would have pockets of good players.
Yes.
But we wouldn't have an entire team. You look at South Carolina.
Yeah.
We were talking about this earlier. Dawn can go to her bench, bring them out, and there's no drop off. So I think, have we started?
Oh, we've started.
It's on.
It's on.
Okay,
It's
since
on.
it started,
Okay.
who do you got?
You're not going to do that to me. You are not.
We've done it to everyone. We've done it to everyone.
I'm going for. I want the last shot to win.
So we were talking earlier, and we said, we're like, if Iowa comes out and hits a couple threes early, what does that do to South Carolina mentally? Because this was a mind game last year in the semis.
It really was, but this is, as you know, it's a totally different team. Both of them are. And I don't think that South Carolina is going to get rattled, even if they fall behind early and it's a slow start, because we saw that earlier in the tournament, and they're able to turn it on. But that's, good finish there.
But that's where Camila makes such a difference. That's usually a layup, you're up 5, that's a miss, and you know what happens when you miss a layup. Shall we go to the film?
Let's see if it works out. You know when you try to call it and it doesn't work out for you? That's when it's this whole
y'all
time.
are pretty good.
We can edit that out.
What is it like for you all?
I mean, it's been amazing.
You've been in Final Fours. You've won. You've been an undefeated team.
Well, my initial reaction is about damn time, for one. People woke up and saw what kind of basketball there is being played in this country. But, no, it's like you said, it's a proud moment for all of us. Like, you want the next generation to have things you didn't have. And, this is a moment in women's sports where there's a space, and we're just filling that void right now. And we're not going to let go.
No, we're not. And, the real difference here is not doing the finish, not finishing. When I was talking to Caitlin Clark, that's a fast start.
Couldn't ask for a better start for Iowa.
Wow.
Dawn is calm as ever.
But you all played with her, and she has coached you. She's not going to show any emotion.
Not
She's
at
not
all.
going to get
Not at all.
rattled.
I think for me, what's so cool about what's happening now is it's validating. Because when we think back to our Final Fours, we had the same amount of fans.
I believe we had 29,000 people in one game.
But then when we'd walk off the court, people are telling us nobody cares, nobody watches. And I'm like, wait, the arena was just full.
Exactly. But
so now it's like both has happening.
That's the difference right now. I'm telling you. But when I was talking to Caitlin, and she was talking about in the second grade, she had on her wish list to play in the WNBA one day.
So it was on her mind.
In the second grade, but that's the difference.
Yep.
They were like, we didn't have a WNBA to look to or anything like that. So you have a generation that have been taught how to play the game, have been encouraged to play the game, and it just has really shown.
That is a really great point.
Do you call a timeout?
I think you have to.
Gotta call a timeout.
I think you have
We're going to break, folks, but Dawn
If they don't
is
score
different.
here-
Dawn is different. She coaches the game a different way.
Okay.
She does.
See, now she's like, told you. Dawn's over there like, I knew it.
Like, I'm going to say my
I knew it.
timeout.
So you got to spend some time with Caitlin.
I did.
Yeah, you
a couple
interviewed her.
weeks ago.
What was your impressions?
Oh, my impressions were that she really wanted to be here. She wanted another opportunity because she knows you can talk about being one of the greats, but until you have the ring, until you have the championship, it doesn't put you. I mean, she is a generational player, no doubt about it, but she was really hungry to get back to this game. And let's face it, even though they were number 1 seed, that was a tough region they came out of.
Yeah.
Super tough.
Oh,
Super
my
tough.
goodness.
Even what they did in their conference tournament, I mean, they've had challenges the whole year.
Right.
They're battle tested. Absolutely.
Well, it's like they have to play a certain way, no matter if they're playing a good team, a bad team, and there's something about that. We played on teams where you have a limited amount of talent, so you have to play the same way every night. And there's something about that.
But also what I would talk to her about, she doesn't feel the pressure. And there's such high expectations every time she steps on the court, and she delivers. And she says, and I believe her, she does that. She thrives on that. And there's some people that hide during that time. She does it. Okay. It's
So
going to be a
that's
game.
the difference.
It's going to be a game. It's
That's
gonna be
the
a game.
difference with this South Carolina team versus last year.
Exactly.
The ability to hit threes. And Pau Pau's been a big part of that this year.
Boy, just going right back at her.
Man, she just looks determined.
So, Robin, do you miss covering sports?
Yeah.
Is that something that
I do.
watching?
I know, we're
Because you were
wondering.
the voice of our game for
goodness.
so long.
You're the voice of one of my
man.
best career highlights. I hit a game winner in the Big East Championship. It's you and Doris.
Oh, my God.
You guys are the
Doris
voice.
Oh, my gosh. Those were great moments for me. They really were. I mean, I'm great, Good Morning America. How could you not? Now you got to.
I don't like to say it, but there was something in me this
In the
morning where
air.
I was like, they're going to blow them out tonight. I don't know
No,
what it was.
it's not going to be a blowout.
That's what I said
It is
earlier,
not going to
Robin.
be a blowout.
I'll
She
take
did
it back
call it.
if I was wrong.
Not going to be a blowout.
Those
little gimmies like that, you got to
Those
get
kill
those.
you. Those kill you.
Yeah.
That's going to be their advantage.
But the confidence that Iowa has right now, and they needed to come out fast like this. And it's just, but
But I like that. So they put
she stayed in it,
right?
Yeah, they put Chloe Kitts on her.
a little length.
Yep.
That always bothers you. But you can't. That's the second time they fouled her on the
I
three.
agree. And she's money from the line.
And those kill you. Those kill you. It's 3 points. You set up the defense. Those are just.
I love the change up in the matchup.
But she's just, her IQ, her basketball IQ is off the charts as well. It's not just her signature logo three, but also her dad told me that part of the reason why she's the form that she has, when he was coaching her, when she was playing against boys, he wouldn't let her. You know how you'd see kids like chuck it up like that? Wouldn't let her. So she never had the bad form that she had to overcome. She always said, what you got there in the Yeti? What's in the Yeti? What's in the Yeti?
This is infused cucumber water.
You know how they do that these days?
Oh, gosh. A little bit different from the day. Oh, in and out, in and out, in and out.
What was your go-to drink in college? What was your life?
You are not going to get me to. You are not going to get me to.
Friday pro over here, D. We got a pro over here.
I want to keep my job that I have.
Yeah, we got a pro over here. That's no falling for that.
I set the bar really low, so anything you do is like, wow, they were so professional tonight.
No, but then also, you guys are good. You know, you're good on the court, but you're good here, and it's really great. How,
you know, Robin, we had 10 years of experience sitting on a couch in Russia.
I know everyone asks us, like,
this.
how do you guys do this like with such ease? It's like a third year doing it. We barely know what we're doing. And like, this is literally what we did in Russia for 10 seasons when we played together.
And now you just do it on
sit
TV.
And
that's what it's
and
about.
Now look at us all now.
I know.
We've made it.
Look at us.
All grown up.
Stay ready with the Yeti, Robin.
I know.
Stay little. Oh, that feels good. Cheers for Robin Roberts.
And to know that Snoop Dogg, that I'm opening for Snoop Dogg.
Can you believe that?
I know.
I never thought I would say something like that. Never thought I would. You know, that's when I know I've made it.
GMA hasn't had Snoop on yet?
Oh, we've had him on.
Oh, you've had him on, okay.
Come on. And I do know how to scam.
He's covering the Olympics. He's doing some commentating for the Olympics.
Yes.
Men's and women's basketball. Yep. We'll be talking about that later.
So what advice do you give Snoop?
Yeah. What should we pass on to Snoop?
Two things Snoop needs to know going into commentating basketball.
You're asking me.
You gotta get.
Hold that thought. You're gonna get a minute to think about it.
Yes.
We're gonna go to break. We may or may not have a special guest with us when we come back.
Let's go.
What's up, Snoop?
What it do?
We'll see you in a minute.
Let's go, he said. Let's go.
The Bird and Taurasi Show is presented by AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
Hold that thought, Bill. We're going to break.
Where are we going to go? Where's Snoop Dogg?
The people wanted to know, Bill Walton wanted to know, where is Snoop Dogg? We've been trying to get him for 3 years. Our man has finally joined the show. Snoop, welcome to the show.
Hey, it's an honor and a treat. I'm such a big fan of all three of you ladies.
Oh.
Snoop, you are the godfather of LA. Born and bred. Thank you for everything you've done for us. Robin, what you got for Snoop?
Oh, what I got nothing but love for Snoop.
Yes.
I got nothing but love the way you are. I got to ask you, though, because I did not know this. I mean, that you are going to call the games at the Olympics? You're going to call hoops?
Yeah,
Snoop?
me and Tariq. They moved me up with Mike Tirico. You know what I'm saying? I guess I've been elevated.
Oh, you stay elevated.
Don't you go there. I was wondering how long it was going to take before we had a reference to that. I thought
Little Wayne set a standard last year, so we're just all trying to live up to that. But Snoop, you will be commentating the men's and women's basketball games at the Olympics. How you feeling about it?
I'm doing basketball. I'm doing equestrian. I'm doing gymnastics, track and field. Doing it all, but I want Diana. I want you to come back so we can get this 32nd year gold ring. 32 years in a row. You know what I'm saying? Can we do that?
What?
Have you been on all of them?
I'm in.
You've been on all 32 years?
I'm almost as old as Robin.
Almost.
So, Snoop, how much have you watched the games this year, and like, I mean, we all grew up watching Kobe, R.I.P. Like, what is Kaylin's giving me these Kobe vibes of like the moment is just hers. It's just she's just going in and getting it by the throat.
It's no accident that Kobe crowned her at an early age, and that's bringing it all to life. He's showing us what he seen years ago, and she's such a talent. She's making so many people watch the show. Yeah. I'm a fan of her. I didn't knew nothing about Iowa basketball, but I love watching her, and I'm sorry she did that to y'all team the other night. I was really hurt behind that.
Yeah, you know. What did you think about the call?
Look, don't put me in the middle of that. Look here, man. You know, I don't like referees. I'm gonna say this. I don't like referees.
Because how did
I
you
don't
say
like referees.
What were the two options that you all had to call it?
Was it good or was it trash?
Oh, no, that's not what you said. You didn't say that. Now you cleaned it up. But yes.
But Snoop, we know you've been checking out those USC games. Caitlin is extremely talented, but we got another talented lady out there in California, Juju.
That freshman. Woo. She's the real deal.
Snoop's in Iowa. He got bad internet.
Snoop's got the same internet as Teaspoon.
No,
we lost Snoop. Oh, he's back.
I'm back.
He's back.
I've been watching Juju. I've been knowing Juju since she was a little girl, so I was so happy to see her blossom into this exceptional athlete and take USC to places that it's never been, and hopefully some more girls will join her next year to make the team a little bit more stronger.
I mean, it's always nice when you have...
They have the number one recruiting class.
Do they really?
USC has the number one recruiting class.
They do?
Yep.
Because she needs some help.
Yep.
She does need some help.
Yeah, but she did it.
Sorry.
No, I was saying it's nice when people stay home. You know, especially being from LA, we haven't had that option lately. So it's nice for her to go to USC and put us back on the map.
Put it back. Hey, y'all, it's a 7-point game now, y'all.
Oh,
it's a 7-point game. It's a 7-point game. Just saying.
I never thought it was going to be up.
Just saying.
South Carolina's going to. What they're going to do is they're going to do that. I know she got blocked.
Wow.
They're going to get to you slowly. It's going to be a
I call her the Lady of Rage. The Lady of Rage, number 45. That's Lady of Rage right there.
She is.
And my Afro pumps.
Hey.
Stop that. So, Snoop, did you go to college?
You know, I didn't go to college, but you know what, Diana? I plan to go back and get me a degree in something. You know, maybe business, maybe sports analytics. I don't know. I'm gonna go get me a degree or something.
I feel like Death Row was your college, though.
You can get your degree right here. We got Robin Roberts.
Yeah, I'll give you a degree. What you want? I'm the professor. What you want your degree in? I can do it right now. I have the power.
Give me a degree in business management.
Business management.
Okay. I like that. I like that a lot.
I like agriculture for you, Snoop.
Why do you the second reference?
You're keeping track.
I'm keeping hey, you're on the scoreboard with that.
We got a 4-point game.
Hey, they're not undefeated for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Them girls are gritty.
They don't get rattled. They don't get rattled, just like their coach.
And last time I recall, this is the last team to beat them, right?
That's correct. That's correct.
And there's nothing like a little revenge. Revenge is the sweetest thing.
How can you all be so cool? I'm like over here watching this, and you guys are such pros.
It's because your cup's empty, Robin.
You need some of this infused relaxation.
Is that what it is?
Infused relaxation.
But Snoop, when do you get to Paris?
I get out there a week because I'm going to get me some outfits and go to French poodles and try out some French specifics.
Escargot?
Can I go with you, Snoop? Can I go?
Yes, Robin. You know, Double R. You know you got access. Let's go.
Oh, I got access. I am living my best life right now.
Pull up.
What's that?
I'm telling y'all.
So are you going for South Carolina, Snoop? I see a little clap.
I'm just going for a great game where the referees are not involved, where the players can decide the game.
Exactly. Let them play. Let them play.
Haley must have been watching that film. Everybody's pushing her right. She's having a lot of success.
Oh, good D, Marshall. Good D. Cookies and cream. We call that cookies and cream right there.
Kick it over. Oh, no, don't.
Give me that. Oh, that's traveling. You can't move your pivot foot. Freeze, please. Oh, I need that. fast.
I'm impressed, Snoop.
I know, Snoop, you're ready.
He is ready. Quite ready.
Are you more excited for basketball, or are you liking that equestrian call?
You know what? Basketball, because I didn't like the way we lost in that, I guess it was the Pan Am games or whatever. We didn't have enough. So I want the girls in the
You said
back.
Pan Am game.
I mean,
when
you go back to the Pan Am games, you're ready.
You got your
don't need
research
me.
packet.
You don't need us.
You got your research packet on lock. Yep.
Oh. Totally. So
Shout out to all the
now?
girls out there with the nice hairstyles too. All of the hair together. You know I love that hair game. The ballers out there with their hair.
Snoop changed the game.
I know, Snoop. I wish you could know how many times me and D listen to your albums, how much D loves you. Put fresh pair of panties on.
I mean, like Snoop, we
Put fresh pair of panties on.
We were almost neighbors in Chino.
Oh, you almost moved next door to me in Chino? I got a house out in the hills right next to Chino.
Oh, I know. I play it all the time. And she's like, "No one gives a shit." I'm like, I can't.
Chino? I love the OC.
Yeah.
I see no way.
That was a great TV show.
Let's
So
go.
this really happened in Russia. This got
Yeah, you're getting the taste. Snoop, thank you so much for being with us. End of the quarter, we know you gotta go. We appreciate you, man. See you at the Olympics.
Nothing but love.
Robin,
Thank y'all.
so good to see you. Always a pleasure. Enjoy this. You helped build it.
You all. We all did.
Snoop, see you in Paris.
We all did.
See you, Paris, Snoop.
Ooh.
We just had the great Robin Roberts. Oh, God. I'm gonna start calling her Double R.
Rough Rider.
Double R. But that's an OG in our game. She's covered women's sports forever. We're seeing the growth now. She's a big part of that. Honestly, we're all a big part of it. And it's so amazing to see the viewership. I mean, look at this. We thought last year was impressive, and this was the semis.
This
14.2.
This is incredible. This is America waking up to the talent of these women.
It's so validating. They're not just watching the game, though.
No,
They're not just watching the game. Well, they're watching us. And they're also watching practice.
Not the game?
Not the game.
Wait, not the game? This is not the game?
Not a game. We talking about practice.
Not the game.
17,000 people showed up to watch them shoot jumpers in the paint, which they don't do. No, it's incredible. It's actually so incredible. Megan has a great line. So if there's, 12 point whatever million viewers,
right.
At one point it peaked at like 16. She's like, what those 4 million people do? How can you turn this off?
That's a good point.
Like, what are you doing?
That's a good
Especially
point.
that Iowa-UConn game. It's been crazy. It is heavy Iowa fans in here.
We have some results?
We do have some results.
Oh, I like this.
Let's see what we got. Here was the controversial take.
Sliding into a screen.
I don't see it. I don't see it. And then slip, Aaliyah, slip. And then I see it. All right, now let's check out the results of our poll brought to you by AT&T. 55. I mean, it's pretty split.
Wow.
I think a lot of people want players to decide the game, and then I think, 10% more think it was a foul.
That stopped watching the game.
I voted yes. What did you vote?
I voted no.
Okay, that's what I figured.
It's a foul in the first quarter, the second quarter. You get it.
I got it.
I mean, we're back into this game. I'm just loving what South Carolina did. I mean, Iowa came out so strong. And Clark came out, had quick 10 points.
18 points. The most in a quarter in an NCAA championship game.
What can't this woman do?
18 out of, I don't know if it was 27 at the quarter, but 18.
I mean, she's just, did you know Caitlin Clark? Do you know, I just got this. You know what she scored on her SAT? An 1800. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Yeah, her and Chuck
That's higher
Norris.
than...
Oh, it's incredible. I've never seen anything like it.
What were those Chuck Norris jokes?
Like, if there was
like it wasn't a tsunami, it was just Chuck Norris
Norris
practicing that day. Practicing his
sidekicks. We've started Caitlin Clark ones now.
Oh my God.
Hey, cool as a cucumber like Don, like the Gamecocks are back in this game, 2-possession game. I mean, this is going to be a blowout.
You're standing by that? Real quick, back to that foul call. I just want to say something to the world.
Leave Gabby Marshall alone.
I know.
This poor kid had to delete all her socials because you guys are. Leave her alone. What is wrong with people?
Like, it's not her fault.
You're
She
gonna
flopped
bully her
and got the call. You know, she's not the first.
It's not even about that.
Not the
what
last.
are we doing? What are we doing?
You know, that's the only thing, though, when you have hot starts, like Caitlin did, you have a...
Like a lull?
Well, no, you have a hot half. What always happens? I had 24 in the first half, and you're in the game with 28.
I was going to say 25.
You know what I mean? Like, or 25 in your case.
If I ever got to 25.
And you know what? They're going inside. This is like a boxing match right now.
So we were talking before.
Body blow, body blow.
There's one of two ways you approach South Carolina. You're either saying, which I think this is how you feel. You're like, or somebody was saying in the green room, let Cardozo get hers.
That was me.
Okay, let her get 30, 40, whatever it is on twos, but you can't foul her.
But you can't foul.
And then don't give up threes because they're worth more. Or you can flip it. I know that's my SAT coming through. Or you can flip it, right? And you can say double her, make them beat you from the outside.
Yeah, I'm a proponent of twos won't beat you.
Okay.
I mean, they just won't beat you. But
you can't give up.
But you can't give up the and one. That kills momentum. It gets the crowd into it. You walk up the ball up the court. They set their defense. Everything becomes hard. You can't do both.
I have a question for you. Does an and one happen if they miss the free throw?
Well, no, it's not. So how do you retract your and one?
But you're already saying and one when you make it. And the crowd goes crazy and the energy and the emotion, but like if they miss it.
Maybe the and one has nothing to do with the make or the miss, though.
That's
maybe
what I'm
just
saying.
and one free throw.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, yes. And none.
Nil?
And nil. I'm going nil in spades.
Going nil?
I hated that person.
I used to play with my friend Joey. Called him Joey Nil. He went nil on every hand.
On everything? That's just, it defeats the purpose.
So annoying. Shout out Joey.
I haven't played spades in a while.
Megan doesn't know how. It pains me.
Oh, Megs.
Pains me. I love it.
So she doesn't know spades and didn't know Outcast last night.
She's
good for you.
She's from Reading. She's from Reading.
She's from Reading.
Shout out to the Rapinos. I know they're watching.
Body blows.
See, they can't give up those moments either.
Body blows, Sue.
All right, let's check the socials.
Oh, I love the socials.
Actually, no, we can't check them yet because you got to post your questions first.
Oh, my God.
Hashtag Bird Tarasi for a chance to be featured on the not traditional broadcast.
Oh, my God. We're so traditional, though.
The non-traditional
Look
broadcast.
how traditional we are.
No, the point is they're saying this is not.
Obviously.
Oh, okay.
I know, and it's people are like, oh, my God, why are they on there? I'm like, go to the other
Well, you heard
channel.
Robin. Robin goes, you got a remote?
Yeah. Like, go listen to the pros. Lobo, Ruco. I'd be listening to them, not us.
No, definitely.
For sure. I mean, how cool is it to have Snoop on?
Oh, my God.
God, I'm on such a high
I'm
right
so
now.
happy.
It's unbelievable.
Snoop, what? I love how he gave the hairdos props.
I mean,
because this man has been on point.
When's the last time you said Lady of Rage? I mean, obviously we talk about Caitlin. This is Stokey's coming out party. Like, you know what? I'm not just a piece. I'm a cornerstone.
So as we were saying, we're the non-traditional broadcast, but we are here with you all day. But you can check out the traditional telecast. It's available on ABC. You can tune in now.
Yeah.
They're going to have all the breakdowns for you. I'm sure they're talking about Cardozo on the boards. I am sure of it.
I mean, it's pretty impressive what she's been able to do since last year's game. She's really transformed her game. And, you know, sometimes you need an opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Obviously with Aaliyah there, she probably didn't get as many touches and looks, but she's maximized every opportunity in every game this year.
Yeah, well, she came off the bench last year, right? But having 2 5s in the game, that's tough. That's really hard to play.
Especially when you don't have 3 seconds in the lane.
Yeah.
You know, I think in the pros it's a little bit tougher.
On defense, yep.
Because you can space them out. But, you know, in college, put those 2 big trailers in there.
And that's what Iowa did. That's what Iowa did. And they're not able to do that this year for a lot of reasons.
Right.
One is definitely the shooters.
Soft.
That could have been an N1 for sure. You know what I was thinking about? Like, all the college players, especially the guards. Remember when we played USA Basketball? We did the college tour. What was the big emphasis as we started to play those games from the referees? They're like, listen, you can't hand check in college. In the WNBA, they allow a lot more contact.
They do.
But in college, you can't hand check. And that, I think, will also be an adjustment for the guards that are going in the WNBA. Obviously, Caitlin being one of them.
No, they definitely cleaned the game up in college. And you know what? To their credit, they call it pretty
Yeah,
consistently.
they do.
Like, they don't let you do it.
That was a big adjustment for us when we played in those games.
Yeah, it was huge.
I mean, we haven't talked about Phil Wiley the whole time.
I know. She's going to have a moment in this game.
No, I just mean like, yeah, she didn't play.
Yeah.
She did okay in the semis. She'll probably have her moments, but man, to not talk about her, she's only a freshman.
I know. Pow, pow. That's not pow, pow.
Still a pow pow though.
That's Tessa.
Pow pow.
That's TJ.
It's more like a pew pew.
And you know what I like? South Carolina's put different looks at Caitlin. I know she's gone off in the first quarter. Oh, another hand check.
It's tough.
This will be the last game she gets those. Those, you know, those are funny calls because you're not going to get them in the fourth quarter. And then when you don't get them in the fourth quarter, well, you called them 20 minutes ago.
There she goes.
I need a replay on that one.
Wait, they called a travel?
Yeah, sure did.
She's so talented, though.
I love watching her.
I mean,
play.
the first game of her season, she hit him with the. Up and under between two defenders with the. No, that's from Love and Basketball. But she hit him with that move. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, she lit the place on fire.
Oof. And they were in France.
In Paris.
Yep.
I mean, these two teams, they just know who they are. Up
That's why they're
10,
here.
down 10, they play the same way. They don't get rattled. It's actually very nice to see two college teams well coached. You can tell Dawn has them doing everything she wants them to do. And, you know, insider that we have.
What do you do with that?
You just don't foul.
What do you do with
Well,
that?
there's nothing you can do.
So to your point, they're doing both, right? They're giving up the inside and they're hitting threes. You can't do both.
Yeah,
you can't let
pick your
both happen.
poison. And this is where you don't want to face this team.
Oh. I love that she tried it.
You
I'm
know,
sure Dawn's pissed. I love that she tried it.
She's zesty, all right. See, that length makes a big difference when you're
Huge
finishing
difference.
at the rim.
Talk about the luxuries of having a player behind you. You've played with BG now for how many years? 11 years?
Like,
talk about that luxury.
It just lets you be so free on the perimeter to be a little bit more aggressive, to go for things that, you know, usually you wouldn't go for. And when you have someone like BG back there, she just cleans it all up. Not only that, people don't even go in there. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even try to go in there. So it's the biggest deterrent ever.
Yeah. All right, well, we got a good one. It's a tie game halfway through the second. We also got a good guest coming up.
A great guest.
Stay tuned, everybody.
Jordan Taurasi Show. We are here watching greatness at its finest. Speaking of greatness, with a broken heart, the newest member of the Seattle Storm, Nneka Ogwumike.
Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Oh my gosh. I know, I'm so sorry, Dee.
I know. The broken heart is Dee's.
You guys had a great presentation, though.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Really?
you really. Yeah, honestly.
Wait, can you tell us
Honestly.
about your free agency? I'm so curious.
So honestly, you know, in the beginning, it was difficult for me to even think about hey, I'm leaving. You know,
Yeah.
I'm a very loyal person.
I can't imagine it.
Yeah,
I mean, who are you talking to?
yeah, you know,
Like, I know the security guard. I can't leave.
that's how it felt. Like everyone's family. But I think I just realized, hey, you know, there's more that I want to do. I want to see what it's really like to be, you know, in a different organization, and one that really reflects the value that I expect of myself, and that I see also at this point in my career. But the list, you know, it was a decent list.
Yeah,
you know,
you had a tough choice.
It was a very difficult choice. It literally did come down to the wire. It did.
Whatever.
What were you doing? What was your recruit?
My pitch to Nneka?
Yes. What was your...
I mean, one, I express my gratitude of how much I've
You said some really nice things.
Respected playing against her. And I just said it's nice to be around pros, people who take the game serious, you know? And we've been around this for a long time. That's not always the case. And I think you get a certain point in your career where you just want to be surrounded with people who put everything into it, and then whatever happens, happens, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, I'd said this, wherever she goes, that's the luckiest team in the league, right? Because we all know what kind of person you are, how amazing you're on the court. So that was my spiel. I guess it didn't work.
It meant so much to me. I mean, when I saw you were calling me, I was like, oh shoot, what is DUI? Oh my God. I was honored.
Oh my God, come pick me up, I have a DUI.
I know, actually, what am I talking about? If you got a call from NECA, it would be like, am I in trouble? Am I in trouble? All right, Neck, you've been watching the game. It's a tie score now. Iowa got off to a good start. Any thoughts? Just some early ones?
I mean, you know, in the very beginning, you know how kind of like when you start these games and like there's jitters, you know. I was actually just telling someone, I was like, I felt way more nervous for these games than for finals games, and I think it's maybe because we just play every other day, so it's almost like you're kind of always on. But Iowa wasn't playing around, you know, and that's the type of start that's difficult to stop.
Yeah.
But of course, as South Carolina would, they're responding. But I'm just interested to see all the different variations of offenses and defensive, because this is going to be one of those games where what you started off doing is not what you're going to end up doing.
That is
Absolutely.
so true.
Right.
A game of adjustments.
And, like, how many times are we in shoot around and the coach is like, we're going to hedge and go in? I'm like, yeah, but that's not going to work because reality is going to hit. What are we going to do?
Exactly.
It's always the backup plan. How well can you execute that to make sure Caitlin doesn't have 18 in the second quarter when she has none? And that's what happens when you have a hot start.
Right. Absolutely. It's a great game, though.
Yep. The Cardoza factor. She got past it that time.
Yeah.
We were talking about what it's like playing with somebody who has such a presence in the paint.
Yeah.
Obviously the equivalent for us. There's a lot of players, but since we got D up here, BG, what's it like? Like, what changes about your mentality when you're going against a player like BG, against a player like Camila?
So, I mean, like, I have a lot of really great coaching experience, or, like, I guess, like, experience from coaches.
Right.
Understanding how to play different players. So you have players like me who are, like, undersized but a little bit more athletic. Then you have players like BG that are both athletic but also really strong and, like, unconventionally sized in a way that you're not used to. And so a lot of times it's more kind of like a game within a game. So, I mean, like, this isn't really like a secret from me per se, but like, okay, when we play against Phoenix and we're going
so
off
annoying.
like
You tip every entry pass, and I'm like, BG, hold her off. And the whole game is just me and BG going, I know, get throw it over D, hold her off, but throw it higher D, and we just play this cat and mouse game.
But that's the thing. She's going to get you with the size. She's going to get you with the leverage. You have to keep your feet active.
Right.
So, like, someone like Cardoza, like, you have to, like, they can't feel you. They can't always know where you're going to be.
Right.
And it's very difficult with someone like BG who's also mobile.
Right.
And then also BG can shoot.
Yes.
So it's very difficult. Like, it's almost kind of like pick your poison.
Well, you can't fight fire with fire.
Right. And what about when you're on offense?
So
now,
on
we know you
yeah.
got your step throughs.
Well, so when it comes to someone like BG or like Cardoza's size, you have to think about, okay, she's bigger than me and stronger than me, maybe.
Right.
And I'm, you know, shorter, maybe smaller and faster. So it's like, okay, how can I beat him with speed? So one thing that I do a lot, and like, I mean, hopefully like this is maybe teaching some people some things. When I'm playing against BG, I go short corner. I don't go to the block.
Right.
Because
You can like face her up.
I can face her up. I can at least figure out like what
space.
move. Yeah, I have space. Because she doesn't give you space. I know, man.
You're right. This is a different South Carolina team.
The threes change everything.
Where last year, one, they wouldn't have took that shot. And they're actually playing at a better pace.
Yeah.
Which, it's funny. Teams that like to run don't like to get ran against.
Right. And that's what Iowa started up doing.
Right. Yeah,
You
I think
know?
Iowa had to have that start. No matter what happens at the end of the game, if South Carolina was able to impact the game with their style at the start, I think it would have been muddy for Iowa the rest of the time. They had to have that start.
Right. I mean, I said coming in, like, Iowa's best defense today is going to be their offense. Because South Carolina, when they're in fast break, it's very difficult to beat that type of avalanche. But if they can make South Carolina take the ball out, they can get set.
Yeah.
You know?
The other thing you can't do if you're Iowa, they just had a turnover led into a layup on the other end. You can't beat yourself. You can't. This is a game where you cannot have those mistakes.
No.
There's no wiggle room for them.
No. I mean, I remember playing, like, against Phoenix, even Seattle, Mini. Like, those were the teams, like, I would say, like, now, like, in the 2010s.
In the 10s?
In the 2010s.
What do you call
and 20s.
What do you call that?
In the 10s, I remember, like, if you made a mistake, that was it.
Yeah.
It was like 2 or 3 points. You could not sacrifice making a mistake. Because that down by 4 points can turn into 24, like in 3 minutes.
So when you see Caitlin hit a step back three like that,
Sue,
we're
I'm
going to
gonna
go to
cut
break
you
in a
off.
second.
Sue, I'm going to cut you off.
I got 6 seconds. We're going to come back. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you think translates.
Okay.
Let them simmer, Nneka. Let them simmer up there.
Well, we know it takes you a long time to tell your stories, and sadly, we're gonna have to go to break.
And I was out there for
Hey,
a
Little
week
Wayne,
straight
Little
on
Wayne,
the skate trip.
Wayne, hold that thought. I'm gonna have to cut you off for 2 seconds.
I knew you would.
We're going to break, and we will be back.
Start playing the music and the whole
Steph,
deal.
I don't mean to cut you off. We're going to break.
Just go ahead and cut me off. Yeah, Becky, don't talk, because Sue just will, like, chop your head off. Sue, don't cut me off.
My job in this whole show is to cut people off, so here we go again. I don't mean to cut you off. I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm cutting you off.
Rite of passage.
Yeah,
okay.
you've only been on the show if I've cut you off, actually. So there's that. Anyways, as we're talking about, Caitlin translating thoughts.
Yes. Translating to the
Just
next
her
level,
game.
like her
Just
game.
What do you think her transition is going to be like?
Well, I mean, I think one thing, it was funny because I was talking with someone about this, and of course, you know, the next level is always going to be more difficult. But she has, like, you can tell, like, how she plays, that she has the pro mentality.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, I think that there's a lot of talented athletes that come into the league, and, you know, everyone struggles. Like, even me, like, I even had a hard time. I think everyone has that transitional period. But I think the difference maker with people that make it to the WNBA is the discipline.
Yeah.
And I don't have to see Caitlin work in the gym to know that she has that discipline to be a pro.
Yeah, great point.
Yeah.
It's like the one thing in the WNBA that always translates no matter what. If you have a motor, you're going to outwork people.
For sure.
Because there's always going to be people coming into camp, not ready to play.
Right.
Like, and her motor is crazy.
It's crazy.
I never see her tired.
No.
Never see her tired.
And she plays 40 minutes.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Like, legit, all the time.
I'm excited. I'm excited to play against her.
But then again, there is a whole side of the other side of the basketball that she's going to have to really like focus on defensively. I mean, and I think
we don't talk about that enough.
That's going to be the one part that when you play the way they do, I mean, she conserves a lot of her energy.
Right.
Rightly so.
Right.
Where in the WNBA, you don't get to do that.
No.
No, you're not playing 40 minutes in the WNBA.
No.
No. But whatever you do play, you do have to play on both ends. And that's something that I think is really going to, I mean, I feel like a lot of people also develop that over time, you know?
No, yeah, of course.
You know?
Yeah.
That's it.
Not a great end to the first half for Iowa, but South Carolina could not ask for it to be better. A steal, a layup, they're up 3. Coming up on the AT&T halftime report, we have special guest Jalen Hurts, some social interactions, first half analysis. Nneka, we'd love for you to stay.
Hey, I'll stay.
All right,
let's go.
We'll be back, everybody. Enjoy halftime.
Need cups.
She's got it.
Hey, Robin, you looking good.
All this cock talk is wearing off on me.
Stay ready with the Yeti, Robin.
I know.
Stay a little too
I
long.
will. How can you all be so cool? I'm like over here watching this, and you guys are such pros.
You need some of this in.
It's not the game.
Not a game. We talking about practice.
You know what? It's an endearing little city. I don't know why LeBron left. What are you going to say? What more can we say about Caitlin Clark? What are we going to find out about Caitlin that we don't know? Tax evasion. She didn't get an 800 on her SAT.
She is a generational player, no doubt about it. But she was really hungry to get back to this game.
Welcome back to the Bird and Taurasi Show. We have our wonderful guest, Nneka Ogwumike. Guys, there's been a lot of talk, particularly a lot of questions around does winning a championship make you the greatest of all time? Or can you be the greatest of all time if you have not won a championship? So this is what Stewie had to say on the matter.
Okay.
Does Caitlin Clark need a championship to be considered one of the greats in women's college basketball history?
Yeah, she does. I think so. Because then you're gonna look 10 years back and you're gonna see all the records she's broken and the points and stuff like that. But anybody knows, you know, your goal when you play college basketball is to win a national championship.
Now let's see what Dawn had to say on the matter. Oh, it's not a video. I agree with Stewie when it comes to winning the championship. We're going to talk about GOATs. I think Stewart is the GOAT to be able to win 4 national championships and to be MVP. We are going to take a vote. We'll see the QR code soon. But Nneka, any thoughts?
I agree. You know, I think that it's almost like there's kind of like different grades, I guess you could say. I'll take this back to something that you always say, Sue. No one can dispute winning. No one can dispute winning. At the end of the day, like,
that is my take.
You can be great. We can acknowledge that greatness, but like true greatness, I do think requires that level of winning.
Well, I mean, it's funny because Stewie said 10 years from now, her points are going to be broken. Someone's going to always break that record when it comes to points. Juju just set the record for, freshman points in the year. Times that by 4. Go, Sue. That will break
the math one. We talked about that.
That will break the record. I think winning a national championship, I kind of look back on Cheryl Suits when she took that Texas Tech team and she won a national. That made her the GOAT.
Right.
That validates all your hard work. And it, like you said, it doesn't take away from what she's done on and off the court. But it will be something if you look back and she doesn't have, that puts you in that Charles Barkley realm of life, which is tough to live with.
Well, you guys can scan that QR code presented by AT&T. We're going to check out some tweets. What will Caitlin Clark's hardest transition going into the WNBA be?
All right. I mean, look, the game.
I think defense.
Yeah, the game is just, when you talk about how physical the game is, it's just a whole different level. You're talking about the 120 best players in the world, hopefully in peak condition, and that just makes the game harder in itself.
You said 120.
How many are there? 10 times 12 is 120.
Nneka?
Phoenix is only carrying 10, by the way.
So for me, I think I really do think kind of like the lifestyle of a WNBA player, realistically, we play more games, and that mixed with the physicality, like that's managing that and trying to level up in like mentality and just like understanding like how to be ready for a back-to-back, how to be ready. All of that wears on you. And so I think getting into that quickly is going to be probably, I think it's everyone's most challenging thing. We play so much, we travel so much, and the travel isn't easy. So
Absolutely. It's definitely going to be an adjustment. It's adjustment for everyone. We got Jalen Hurts on the other side. This is our halftime report presented by AT&T. Stay with us. We already thanked him, but he wanted to stick around.
Right.
I think it's because of this question, huh, Jalen? Because of this question? All right, let's give it in full. Camila Cardoza at tight end. Malaysia Fulwiley at running back. We could put her at wide receiver also. Or Caitlin Clark at QB. Who are you taking?
You put her at the F. The zebra in some systems, she going to get loose. Fulwiley, I like her. She has a lot of juice.
Okay. I like that.
She got some wiggle. She got game.
I mean, the Eagles were my team on Madden in college. It was Donovan McNabb.
Oh, you don't play no more?
Yeah, James Thrash. I don't play anymore. I got kids. You can't.
I dig it.
Jalen.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, as women's basketball starts to grow, like Jalen, listen, NFL, you have eyes on you. Everything is critiqued from what you wear to how you play. Women's basketball is starting to grow. What advice would you give these young players that are now going to be experienced? I mean, they already are, to be honest.
Yeah, you see it. You see it from a distance. I've definitely seen it from a distance, and I just think it's important to keep the main thing the main thing. You have to control what you can. And, the number one thing that I've always tried to do as a competitor, and I know you guys can relate, is just quantify your work. Just work. Everybody's going to have an opinion, but those things don't mean anything. Just do you.
It's good advice.
I don't know. We'll see. My prediction's not looking good right now. I had Iowa with a blowout, but
really?
They started off on it.
They started off hot. What was it, 12-0 run to start the game?
It was 12-0 run.
I know, but South Carolina, they've done this all year. These close games, they just thrive in them.
I think too, like when these teams are like so high level, like we all know it. It's like who can sustain all 40 minutes?
Yeah.
Like it's really about like who can sustain all 40 minutes. It's just a game of changes, and we're seeing that. And you just have to be able to, every quarter, every 5 minutes, every possession, like every single one matters, and it adds up at the end.
Well, I feel like all sports, basketball, football especially, it's the ability to make a mistake, right? And then find a way to come back. I've always been curious about this with quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah.
What's it feel like when you've just thrown an interception, you're barely off the field for 5 seconds, you got to go right back on offense?
Right.
Like, what are you thinking to yourself in that moment?
I think it's a mentality. It's a mentality of control what I can, so what, not what. That's what a guy taught me back in college, and I just kind of stuck with that so what, not what mentality. You can't go back and change it.
Listen,
you know?
Jalen, you haven't been on this show unless I've had to cut you off. We have to go to break, but we really appreciate
That's
you.
because my team making a run, that's all.
There he is.
Finally, someone clapped
There
back.
he is.
Thank you both for being here.
Thanks,
we really
you guys.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Welcome back to the show. Here was Friday. Jason was super excited to get up to the set. Excuse me, pardon me. Excuse me. Had a little, I don't know how he's going to beat that entrance. I don't know how he's going to beat this jacket. This was top-notch material. Top-notch material. We're really excited to have Jason back on the show. He's getting mic'd up right now.
I mean, the Sky game just got really interesting. Just when I thought Iowa was going to find a way to take everything away, all of a sudden they're giving up everything. And that's the last thing you can do.
Come on in. We're ready for you.
Here he is, the one
He's been here the whole time. He's been here the whole time, folks.
Hi, guys. Thank you for having me back. As always, I would not want to play against a Dawn Stanley team in the third quarter specifically.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how. That should
They
be
dominate.
one of the ways you get into NASA. those lovely women that were presenting the flag earlier. I'd like to think that that's a step from here on out. You got to play against a Dawn Stanley team.
Yes.
Third quarter vibes.
That's how you become.
That's how you.
Yeah.
And then you do an eye
You go
test.
clear.
Yeah. Oh man, this is
It's true,
something.
though. That's a really good point because in the semis,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
dominated in that
Yeah.
third quarter.
What did I say? Stanley?
Stanley, yeah.
It's because I'm holding
You
a
won the
Yeti,
Yeti.
cup.
Yeti.
Yeah, no, Staley. I know the woman's name. I'm hoping she hears this and I get in her kitchen.
I said Hannah Hidalgo the other day, so,
yeah. So
we're good.
yeah.
Shout out Hannah
Yeah.
Hidalgo.
So cute. I just wanted to take her
she
home
was
with me.
great.
Yeah,
I
she's
just
amazing.
Can Hannah
great.
come home with me?
No, I had that
the cutest kid
amazing time. You get to see her in person when we went off with you guys,
She
at
killed
stores.
us.
I mean, she did. She,
So amazing to see her
Yeah.
drop 30 in stores.
I mean, that's some as a freshman. Like, that's
No small thing.
So when Iowa just came out,
yeah.
flaming, did you think it was over?
No,
Were you like,
never.
more drinks, life's
Never.
good?
Nope. No, ma'am. Never in a million years. That's not.
You were just like, yep.
Yeah, I was just like, let's do that for 3 more quarters and we're good.
You're just eyeballing
I can't
Lisa.
do the math, but I know it works out for Iowa.
You're like, what's Coach Bluter doing?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Watch the flight attendant. Watch the flight attendant.
Yeah, I don't think we talk about Bluter enough.
Oh no, because she doesn't wear enough jazzy suits.
That's a good point. So you're gonna kill her name and her jackets? You're on a roll, man.
But no, I wasn't talking about her. I was talking about Coach Mulkey. No. I said, no, man, come on.
You know what I always
Respect.
wanted to ask you? Did you record
Where's
or
that
tape
register?
or
What is that?
Did you?
That balloon?
So that's usually when I lie.
Okay, great. Then you have.
I've always wanted to ask
She's
you.
never wanted to ask this.
Did you guys record, film Ted Lasso in England?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Get out.
Yeah, you could Google that. That's what
I did. Yeah, I've always wanted to ask you.
Yeah. The only thing we didn't do is one of the scenes in season 3. No spoilers.
No. Oh, I love it.
You watched it?
I love that show. It's
All right,
like
just checking.
it feels like every team that we played on. There's always
I
like
love that.
it's like every character is just spot on.
I love
right?
that.
You got
I
the crazy
appreciate
South
that.
Americans. You know what I mean? You got the guy from the Nordic countries.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's the beauty of working in ensemble arts, like sketch and improv, and doing movies and film and TV, and then playing team sports. Like it what travel defeats racism or ignorance. It's like so does working with people for a common goal bigger than yourself. Kind of like what's happening here. Oh.
Gabby's about to
We
get
had a
back
big
on
charge call.
socials.
Big charge call on one side, big 3 on the other.
That's right.
Oh, that's an answer right there.
It is.
That's an answer.
I mean, they keep
so wait,
coming back.
Jason, when you were over there, you went to a lot of the soccer games, right? Like
Tons.
Premier League.
Yeah.
So can you compare environments, that to this?
The way I try to explain to friends like what's it like. It's college basketball. You got to go to Allen Fieldhouse. It's like, have you ever been to Allen?
Yeah, have you been out?
No, it's incredible. It's worth going. I know people.
Yeah.
Like, and her name's Sue. She's who got me in. But no, it's just like it's like that, except X amount more people. But it's the same kind of enthusiasm for their squad.
Right.
It's like passed on from generation to generation. But yeah, they get hyped like that. Sometimes they get a little hyped in a way that is negative, and it's not pro sport and pro human. But like for the most part, and you can't drink, and people still get hyped.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing.
That's the crazy part.
But that's the way I try to explain it.
Have you been? Dee, by the way, Dee is like a very big soccer fan.
Oh, that's great.
Follows all the Premier League.
It's in my blood.
Have you ever been?
Yeah. It's in my Argentine.
Is this on the bucket list? Have you ever been?
No, but I want to. That's
on the bucket list.
Old Trafford. I've been. Well, remember we went to Manchester. You weren't with us for a
I wasn't with you.
And we went to Old Trafford. I was like,
yeah, that's an amazing.
Cool, man.
Yeah, it's like the Garden. It's stores. It's Allen Fieldhouse.
Yeah.
It's one of those built. It's like 8H at SNL.
You want to take us to break, so I have to cut you off?
Hey guys, we'll be right back. Make sure you buy whatever they're selling. And I'm sitting here with two legends, and you're a legend for watching them.
Does Caitlin Clark need a championship to be considered one of the greats in women's college basketball history?
Yeah, she does. I think so. Because then you're gonna look 10 years back, and you're gonna see all the records she's broken and the points and stuff like that. But anybody knows, your goal when you play college basketball is to win a national championship.
Jason, thoughts?
To be one of the all-time greats? No. To be the greatest of all time? Yes.
That's similar to what we had Jalen Hurts on.
Yeah.
I liked how he said it. He was like, to be great,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
But you can still be one of the best.
Okay, I appreciate that distinction.
Okay.
So I don't mind semantics.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So now let's check out the results of our poll brought to us
Yeah,
by
what do they got to
AT&T.
say? The people.
That'll be coming up in a little bit.
Oh, hell, I thought it was right now.
I know.
Oh, well.
The magic of TV.
How was Snoop?
Snoop was great.
He's the great. He's a
Snoop
living
came on
legend.
and delivered.
That's what he does, man.
Delivered.
He hosted SNL my first year as a writer, and he said one of my favorite things of all time. He was talking, you meet the hosts like on Tuesday night to sort of get their vibe, and so you can, you pitch your sketches to them to sort of see if they'd like it or not, if they're going to give a darn about it. And one of my friends made a joke to him, and he was like, and Snoop was like, hey, don't put limits on your life. Dream big, you may never wake up. And I was like that. Dream big, you may never wake up.
I need Snoopisms my whole life.
That's it. On pillows. They're ready for pillows. What's in those pillows? I don't know.
Yeah.
How do we feel about, how do we feel about
Oh, there's the difference again.
Starting to change.
The willingness to take the three,
yes,
and
that's the big
making them,
difference.
obviously, it's been the biggest difference, and we all talked about it. Everyone knew it was going to be a point of contention, and they stepped up to the court.
Yep. Bingo. Come on. Look, they're going over the back every time. I went to a lot of basketball camps in my day, and if you block out,
you got the call.
Yes. And if you don't, then what are we teaching the kids?
We had a practice player named Over the Back Zach.
Over the Back Zach.
And he never got called for it.
What was his real name? Zach Kozak.
Oh, at least it was Zach.
Zach Kozak.
Over the back.
And we called him Over the Back Zach. That was his only move.
That's incredible. I want to see a children's show about that guy.
One of those. Over the Back Zach.
Yeah. No, it really was. But I mean, if you're putting your buns in someone's thighs, you got to get that call.
Don't knock it off.
You can't coach height, but you can coach blocking out.
God, there's nothing worse than boxing out.
It's the worst.
And
I hated those girls.
and then you get a saggy bun.
Oh.
I'm lost. The minute my bun gets saggy in the game, I'm just like, I got to get out of here. I don't want to. I don't know. I lose just all focus.
A sag like this bun, when it gets loose.
When it gets
yeah, it's the worst thing in the world.
Wow, another three. That's back-to-back threes.
Yep.
This will be I's chance to answer.
That equals 6.
Wow.
Still got it.
All right, we're going to check out our poll. Let's see what the people thought. Is Caitlin Clark the GOAT?
Oh, is she the GOAT? All right, good.
Yes. 52%. It's pretty split, though.
Yeah. I mean,
we took an earlier poll on the foul call, the moving screen.
Yes.
Thoughts on that?
Oh, I thought it was a foul. I know from multiple angles it wasn't, but if I was if I was, you know, the ball handler, someone steps out on me like that, that's a foul. I understand the hullabaloo behind it, but I think it was. And not even because I'm rooting for Iowa for the tournament. I'm rooting for the whole sport, and for me, that's a foul. And you can't say it's the end of the quarter. Like, if I'm a referee, if you're an actor, I don't care who's in the crowd, like, coming to watch your play. If it's an agent or Steven Spielberg or somebody, do the play like it's like you know, like it matters.
Do you want to share your thoughts on that?
You can call it in the first quarter.
Yep.
You can call it in the second quarter.
Yep.
You can call it in the third quarter.
There you are.
Well, hell, you could even call it early in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
But you don't call it then.
Well, then, you know, reffing shouldn't be your fallback career, because that lacks integrity, Steve.
You know what? There's always an exception to the integrity, I believe the saying is.
Oh, that's a
It
saying?
will be.
I believe it's a saying.
Yep. There's always an exception. There's an exception to the integrity.
Dropping one-liners on us, Snoop.
I know you and Stu could go back and forth for sure, if you haven't already. I won't know until I watch
You
this
know,
game back.
I don't get nervous around many people. I really don't. There's two people I've taken pictures with in my life.
Go on.
This is going to make you laugh.
Yeah.
Diego Armando Maradona,
Okay.
which is amazing.
It was one of the best moments, even of my life, adjacent, because I knew how much it meant.
That's amazing.
And Wolf Blitzer.
I played Wolf Blitzer on SNL for years. It was great. I made the choice to, like, mumble as a character. And he's like, I don't talk like that. I go, I know.
Like, I just want to be in the Situation Room.
Yeah.
What can I tell you?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't blame
it's just
you.
like, oh, man,
So
it's
wait,
thrilling.
where does Snoop land?
Every
I mean, he would be in my top three. It would be just like,
I know,
in
you've talked
Paris,
about it forever.
Like, forget a gold medal.
Yeah.
Do you
Forget
mean-
it, or it's easy to say that when you have one.
I want a picture with Snoop. That's all I want
He
in
has
my life.
5, so.
Yeah,
All I
I was
want for
gonna
my
say,
birthday.
No, D meeting Maradona was like,
That would be amazing.
oh my God. He was in the crowd. It was
Yeah, yeah.
Athens Olympics.
Oh.
No, it was Beijing 2008.
I thought it was Athens.
Did you chase him down, or how did it come
So
about?
I had Adam Silver, actually, which is
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
At the time, was not the president of the NBA.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was Beijing. I remember 2008. We're sitting behind the basket. We're watching the men play, and I go, there he is,
Yeah.
Diego Armando Maradona, with 2 watches.
Yeah.
Because he always wore 2 watches.
Why? Did he know why?
No one knows why he did anything.
Oh, another one?
Yeah.
Tessa
all right.
is
Bombs
balling
Tessa's,
tonight.
yeah. It only takes one. It only takes one.
They got it. Timeout? Yeah, 20 seconds. We're going to talk about it.
This is the first time it's heard like Iowa fans, but not Iowa fans.
Yeah. Amen. No, it's true.
Hootie's Hootie.
Hootie.
Hootie's hype.
Hootie came out to our charity event in Kansas City, Big Slick. So I got love for anybody that does that.
The karaoke
You guys
one?
buy-
The singing one?
No, the one we do for the Children's Hospital. It's called, it's a variety show. It's a whole weekend. It's amazing.
Oh, I thought
it's a great
okay.
time. I mean, yeah, you would think. No,
Yeah.
he sang for us.
Oh.
It was great. I mean,
Amazing.
he did the hits. He did, he was lovely. So anytime anybody comes out that, Patrick and Travis, Kelsey and Mahomes come out, do it. Like, we have great fans, but and great friends, and a bunch of Kansas City. Me, Paul Rudd, Rob Riggle, Dave Keckner, Heidi Gardner, Eric Stone Street. Our folks do all the machinations. Our family. It's an amazing. It's a great children's hospital.
So do you guys reminisce like we reminisce about games? Like, do you remember when we did the movie?
Yeah, do you do that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Remember that
little
time
bit.
on set when so-and-so fell?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of the joy. Like, I can't wait to get home and watch. I'll wait to watch last night's SNL that Wiggs was on until I get to watch it with my kiddos, because those things, and even getting to watch old sketches with them now is like, it's not like watching the highlight reels. A lot of times I'll show them Farley sketches,
Right.
like Amy Poehler sketches. They loved. Alec Baldwin, the old one, the sweaty balls.
Oh,
my God.
So SNL, was it just Animal House the minute you got there?
No, not by the time I got there. No, it was we
You guys cleaned it up?
we cleaned it up. We weren't fueled by cocaine. We were fueled by Starbucks.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
It's almost the same thing.
Yeah.
What was that called? 3 seconds?
I mean, sometimes you don't know if Dawn's up 10, down 10. She's just so relaxed out there.
Placid.
Like, I know what we're doing.
Yeah.
We got this.
Golly, she's been killing me. Like, her interview, like, what a badass. She's amazing. I can say bad.
You can say ass.
Okay, yes, all right. Yeah.
It's been said a lot.
Okay. Well, one of these teams is.
This is a big moment right here.
Yeah, it is.
It's momentum.
That's why that young lady has the ball.
Big Mo needs to be on your side.
Speaking of.
Go get it, Caitlin.
I mean, come on. Over the back. Every time, am I wrong? I see it the other way. I don't like. I don't care like what uniform you're wearing. Like I don't even like rules. I like breaking rules, but sometimes you got.
They're about to call 5.
Just not when it's a illegal moving screen at the end of the game. Don't break that rule.
Other than that, you're
depending
good.
on the time. Depending on the time.
Oh.
That would have been nice.
Good play, Bluter. Bluter's on target. Bluter knows what she's doing.
They are well prepared. All right, we'll be back. Jason, if you want to stick around,
I gotta
more
get
than
back
welcome.
down.
All right, I
gotta
understand.
get the thick.
All right, thank you so much for coming on. Enjoy the fourth. As you can see, last year was a different scenario for South Carolina. You check out Caitlin, it was a different scenario for Raven Johnson. This is the moment right there that propelled this South Carolina team. I'm sure Dawn went out in the offseason, got in the portal, got pow, encouraged her players, encouraged Raven Johnson, who's been looking forward to this moment for a year, been working on her game for a year, looking forward to this, and it's been the difference in the game.
You know, it's impressive, and sometimes when you go into a season, you really only have to beat a couple teams. I mean, South Carolina probably knew, look, if we get back to this situation, we can't have people out there that are on threats, especially when you have Camila inside. And to be honest, it's everyone. It's not just one person. And we always say those are the hardest teams to play against. And I think you see these two teams on opposite sides of the spectrum where, you know, you focus so much on Caitlin. These are the moments where, you know, it is a team game.
Absolutely. And I think Dawn made a really good point in what she's saying, because we've heard it about Iowa a lot, how they only want what's best for each other, how they're a team, how it's team first. South Carolina's the same. South Carolina's the same. And I might argue it's even more difficult when you have a team of talented players like that. When you have a team where it could be any one of them any single night.
It's almost incredible what she's doing with this team in this day and age where everyone wants to be the man, the woman. Everyone wants the deal. And she has 10 All-Americans sacrificing to win this championship. And everyone talks about sacrifice. Oh, I want to sacrifice. Until it's you that has to sacrifice.
Exactly.
And they actually have kids right now that are doing that, and that's impressive.
Very impressive. They're doing it on offense with their shooting. Tessa Johnson's been impressive. That was kind of nice.
I mean, I've liked Tess all year. I think she's got this calm demeanor about her, the way she just takes
7 for 10.
What is given to her, and tonight she's exuding all that confidence in this game.
Well, that's when you have a team of talented players like that. All it really means is you can have an X factor that can change, right? Usually teams have one, maybe two X factors. South Carolina's full of them, and you're seeing Tessa tonight.
I mean, if you think about the last game, Swatkins, that's all we could talk about, with the 20 rebounds and controlling the paint. And, you know, tonight someone else is stepping up, and that's a true mark of a team.
They're also doing it defensively. You know, Iowa has 61 points. There's still 8 minutes to go, but I'd be happy with that if I'm them. I feel like if you keep Iowa, I'm sure there's a stat somewhere, but I'm sure if you keep Iowa under 70, something like that.
Absolutely.
That means things are going well for you.
And they've guarded the three-point line really, really well.
Yeah.
Like we said,
Iowa only has 7 made threes.
You know, it's like we said, if I was Iowa, I would just let them get twos. And on the flip side, if you're Carolina, if you can guard the three-point line, you're in good shape.
I know if we revisit our stats, we said South Carolina's perimeter need to shoot well. Decent, 11 for 24, but it's been the threes, right? So even though that percentage is okay, they've hit threes. Their bench points is already at 30, probably even more since halftime. It's been a couple minutes. Iowa turnovers, those are low. They're at 6, but they don't have enough threes just yet. They're at 7. If they can make 4 or 5 this quarter, it could turn it around.
You know, the size of South Carolina is just wearing on them.
Oh, yeah. I think that's so we want to talk about keys to a team. It's that South Carolina wears you down. You can hang 2.5 quarters, and then eventually it catches up.
I mean, Camila Cardozo is playing herself into a top 2 lottery pick right now. Physically, she's ready for the WNBA. I think a lot of times you watch kids in college, and you're like, what about her in the pros? I watch her, and I'm like, she's going to be even better in the pros. She hasn't even scratched the surface of how good she can be.
I know, I'm thinking, like, listen, Caitlin's going to go number 1. I'm sure we all can agree on that. You think about the Sparks. You think about their roster. Neko Gumake, who joined us earlier, is no longer there. That's inside presence missing, you've got Cameron or Camila. I feel like those are the two options. You could put Rickea Jackson in there for sure.
Absolutely.
And I think what I see in those three players, for Curt Miller, who's probably going to be making this decision, it's what is my style of play?
Right.
What kind of style am I trying to play with my roster? And whichever player fits, that's who you take.
And I mean, you already have Zaya there, who had a great rookie year.
Yeah, she had a great rookie
Boy,
year.
talk about her just every opportunity she got this summer. She just got better every month. And, you know, to pair her back up with Camila, that might be something they're looking to do. But, I mean, you can't go wrong with Cardoza. And you know what it is about these kids that come from overseas? They've played in these moments.
She left halfway through this
to go play in the qualifier.
Yeah,
I know.
the qualifier.
It's like they have these different experiences when they're really, really young. So this moment to her is nothing.
It's very true. It's very true. But yeah, it's actually really interesting to think of LA at the second pick. They've got Hamby, Derica Hamby. She's playing well.
I mean, they
Lexi
could end
Brown
up,
will be back.
They could end up with both. They have 2 and 4.
Yeah, you're right.
So
that's a good point. Wonder how they got that. Storms.
I mean, eventually, I was going to have to put together some stops, get out in transition, get to the three-point line. But South Carolina just seems to manage every single moment just right. And you know, they haven't got the throw-ahead assist. They've had a couple of missed layups. They've just done a really good job. And this is where Caitlin really hurts you. This is where she exposes you. And they just haven't connected as much as they have in the past.
Well, it's hard when you're giving up so many O boards.
That's true.
That slows that right down. Honestly, even off an O board that's a miss, it still just slows it down a little bit. Because, you know, as a guard, you're doing this. You're waiting for that outlet.
I know.
That's what's going to have to happen.
Well, you know, it's almost in this game, she might be better off just going one-on-one. You know, bringing screens to you just brings more attention, more bodies, less space. This is where she's going to find her looks. The ultimate equalizer. This place is going crazy right now.
I fully agree with you, by the way. I think Caitlin going one-on-one, take away all the pick and roll coverage. Because what that's going to do is, it's hard to guard her one-on-one. You have to be so disciplined, and you're basically just challenging that discipline. Like, as the defender, as the person on Caitlin, are you going to be able to stay in your scout?
Big play by South Carolina.
Huge play.
I mean, those are the little things that Watkins brings to the table that you just, it's cliche. You don't see it in the box score, but that just changes the whole game.
That's one where I'm like, we talked about this the other day. Don't foul.
Don't foul.
Like, don't look at that angle. Your post player's coming over. I don't know who they called it on, but let her make this.
Those are the frustrating ones.
Let her make this.
You're making a run.
Both of them. Challenge her to make this. Sorry.
No, it's like, and that's a hard shot to make. We know that. A layup in the key with traffic. That's usually a missed layup.
Sideways.
And you're going the other way. This kid has just stepped up to the plate.
Major. Wow, look at the free throws. South Carolina's only been to the line 8 times. 9 now, but...
Nothing like having your career high.
I was just going to say that.
In the national championship game.
She should declare.
She should come out. I mean, do we ever get to the point where you can come out as a freshman, as a sophomore?
I bet eventually. The thing that people have to understand is, like, that's a rule that's in the CBA, and it actually came up in the last CBA negotiations to change that rule. And what happens in those negotiations is you have like 20 things you want to change.
Right.
If you get to 3, it is magic. If you get to 3, so we did salaries and all that. That was on the list. You just couldn't get to it.
It was just low on the list.
Yeah, you just couldn't get to it.
It wasn't in one of the buckets.
But it's true. You should get involved in the CBA negotiations this year.
I will.
You should.
Can you get in with an 860?
That might be the cutoff. We should have asked NECA.
Oh, we should have asked Nneka what she got in with.
You could be secretary. 860 gets you in that.
I mean, once again, the offensive boards are just killing Iowa. You know, and you don't like these calls? Well, you know what? South Carolina doesn't like the hand check call. You know, like, you get into tizzy, but it always evens itself out, and we know that. And sometimes in games, you have to remind yourself that. He said she wanted the and one. I mean, this place.
It's a little disorganized. Well, that's a tough matchup. Kate Martin and Ashlyn Hawkins. We got a 6-point game, 4.5 left. It might come down to who wants it. It might come down to who wants it. We'll be here to check it out. Stay tuned.
The Bird and Taurasi Show is presented by AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
We should have asked Snoop his thoughts on crisscross.
That was probably a big inspiration for him growing up, crisscross.
Well, we've got ourselves a game. This is what we were looking for at the start of the show. Iowa having less than 10 turnovers, shooting the ball well from 3, 12 plus. And then for South Carolina, they had to make outside shots, which they have. Their bench had to show up, which they always do. So that's not news. Let's see a quick update. Turnover 7. 3 is decent. I mean, it's basically all of it.
Everyone's playing well.
And that's where South Carolina's, I think, their bench and their size is really what ends up dominating. Right. When all things are even, their bench and their size take over.
And their depth, really. Like, to be honest, you go in to scout South Carolina and you're like, okay, we'll take away Camila Cardoza. We'll try to take away the perimeter, and then Tess comes out and has a career high.
Yep.
That's really hard as a team to overcome. I mean, this Iowa team is really incredible.
I was just thinking,
you know, it's like those teams that have been playing together for like 20 years, and they just like everything's just unorthodox, and they make plays like that. You're like, what is that shot? I don't even know what that is.
Goes from a steal.
Yeah, like what is this? Like a little floater, but like eh. And then next thing you know, it's a 5-point game with this free throw, and they have a chance to win a national championship.
All right, so quick update on Caitlin. She had 18 in the first quarter.
Huge first.
3 in the second. 4 in the third, and just 5 thus far in the fourth.
Yeah.
That's been a difference. You haven't first quarter for sure, but you haven't really felt Caitlin since then.
I mean, there's nothing like a quiet 30, huh? I mean, that's how good she is. It's incredible. I mean, we're talking about her, huh? It's incredible. We're talking about her like, man, you know, I really don't feel her. She's got 30.
I know. And then what's this other stat? Clark has scored or assisted on 42 of 72 Iowa's points. 70, well, now 75. At one point, 58% of their points.
I mean, they've taken away those home run hitters, which for Iowa are huge.
So that's what you don't feel. You're absolutely right.
Like, those are the moments where if she's not scoring, that assist feels like a 3. And they can set up their defense, and they haven't had a lot of that.
She's getting into it with the refs a little bit. Oh my gosh, that's a bummer.
Those are tough calls.
Yeah, those
don't foul.
I know, but you've been that defender.
Absolutely.
You're like, what did I do?
Yeah.
And it is a foul call. I mean, it is a foul. Just gonna get her on that hip. She stuck that leg up.
No, they called it on 3.
Oh, they called it on 3?
Shocker. Well, this is like we talked about in the Connecticut-Iowa game. This is when the big stars come out to play. You know, your whole career is down to 3 minutes.
I know.
Are you going to take a back seat, or are you going to go for it?
How close were the games your junior and senior year? I don't remember.
Well, they were close.
You had semis.
My junior year, we were down 16 to Texas.
That was the final.
No, that was the semifinal.
Yeah,
to go
the
to the
semis
final.
I remember being close.
Yeah. But junior year, we played against Tennessee, the old Volunteers. And, you know, that was always the matchup. I think that was we handled them pretty well. And then my senior year was actually a pretty close game. It was 4 or 5 point game the whole game.
Who'd you play?
Tennessee again in my senior year, yeah.
Okay. So what was it like in those final minutes when it's a close game? Like, what are you thinking about it? Are you like, oh my God, it's my senior year?
I don't know if you're necessarily thinking it's your senior year. Obviously, you had that same situation in 2002. But you feel, oh, baby. Oh. That's the shot. That's the shot you have to resist taking.
Yes.
And it's hard because she makes it so often. And she makes it so easy, but that shot can literally lose you the game.
It's a little frustration. We're seeing some frustration. That shot, this foul. Can't scout that.
Just huge. Literally huge.
That's a tough shot, too. She was like fading back.
So if you're Iowa right now, what do you do defensively? You need more possessions.
Yeah, I think you start making it reckless out there.
Right.
I think you have to speed up the game. You have to create more possessions. On the other end, I've actually talked about this with Jenny Busek a little bit recently. 2 minutes left. You're down 8. You're not going to win in like a possession-by-possession game where you let them run their thing. You have to press them. You have to take risks.
Right.
You might, and we talked about it, you might end up losing by 20, but you might give yourself a chance to win if you come down. You get some good looks from the 3. It's really your only chance at this point.
Oh, that's a rough call.
I can only imagine what Jason's doing right now.
What do you think Hootie's doing, more importantly?
Hootie's thrilled.
Those are just tough calls. I mean, it's two people going for the basketball, and you're just kind of like...
I remember going to basketball camp as a little kid, and it was like, butt in gut, stick them up. That was like the same. Put your butt in their gut, stick them up.
And then you let it bounce. Did you hate that?
Yeah.
When they would put the bubble on?
And then I played
let it bounce.
And then I played with Yolanda Griffith, and I was like, no, you can actually just go get it.
Go get it.
Just go get it.
And you don't have to box out.
Shout out to Yo, best rebounder
of
I
all
have
time
ever played with.
It probably goes Yo and Rebecca Brunson, probably like a close second
yeah,
for best rebounders of all time.
Right there.
They just got all of them all the time.
All of them. Yo was also so amazing at getting fouled.
Because she would get it with one arm, kind of hook you, and then lay it up.
Yeah.
Oh, this is when it starts setting in a little bit when you're Iowa. But you're right. This is when you junk it up.
Yes, you have to.
Blitz the ball.
Not
Get it out of her hand.
Not foul. Go trap.
I mean, you know these moments. They're young kids. You make bad decisions under pressure. Make them make another pass.
Yeah. We have a minute and a half left. 9-point game, could be 11.
Right.
After these free throws. Can you put Caitlin Clark into perspective, her career, what she has done in her 4 years at Iowa?
I mean, you can't use one word. When I take a step back out of being a competitor and being in the game, more than anything, the way she's handled herself in the last 4 years, I say it a lot. I mean, she's just a very mature individual that knows what she wants in life. And that's translated in her being, even if she doesn't win this game, we can still talk about her as being one of the best players to ever play in college. I think that you can safely say. And my hope is, and I have a feeling that this will continue in the WNBA. I mean, the momentum that she's put into the game from a fan perspective, from an eyeball perspective, you know, yeah, they cover the games. They're covering the games. You know, they're talking about the games. There's a narrative. Her storyline is going to continue to grow, and you know, it's been really fun to watch.
It really has. This is a kid that has met every moment. Like you said, she has blown open the doors There was a skit a week ago on SNL that was hating on women's basketball. Last night, they talked about Caitlin Clark on SNL.
Right.
That is huge. So what she's done for women's basketball, like you said, it'll continue. These 4 years have been amazing to watch. But right now, it's South Carolina's time.
At the end of the day, it is a team sport with 5 people out there. And South Carolina exudes what it means to be a team at every moment. And I think that comes from Dawn. I think that's the way she carries herself. That's the way she teaches the game. That's the type of players she recruits. I mean, a lot of times we talk about, different things in college. She recruits a certain player that is an amazing basketball player, but an even better person. If we've witnessed that being around Asia, being around Alicia Gray, Aaliyah Boston, there's just a certain kind of kid that goes to South Carolina that you want in your corner.
Absolutely. So just to give some perspective on the game, South Carolina has 30 second chance points. That's what they do. It's what they've always done. They brought it tonight. The woman you're looking at right here, Kamilla Cardoso, is a big part of that. It's what they were going to have to do to basically counter Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Counter those threes is get these second chance points. It slows the game down. And they were so impressive tonight.
Cardoso stepped up in the big moment. These are games that for a big you can easily get lost. You get one charge, one offensive rebound, then you get frustrated and you foul, and then all of a sudden you're on the bench. She's found a way to stay out of foul trouble. They try to run the play. Also, this is when we talk. Yeah, when we talk
that play. I mean, you got to give it up. So who's the originator?
Sandy Brondello, Boston out of bounds.
Everybody's running that play.
Yeah, everyone's trying to run it.
They even call it like the Phoenix Mercury BG Diana play.
Yeah.
Shout out Sandy.
Well, I believe we have a new national champion, and there's something sweet when you do it, and no one in the country has beat you. They found a way at every turn to win every single game, and as we know, that's such a good feeling.
And there's no better feeling than when you do it as a senior.
And Caitlin said,
wow, Molly Davis, they're going to give her some minutes.
Caitlin
this poor kid got hurt, couldn't play the whole tournament.
There's 5 seniors on Iowa that their careers are over, and they'll go in different ways. And
it's never like this.
It's never like this.
It's never like this. There's something special about college basketball. These moments are always so hard, right? You're saying goodbye to one great player.
Yeah.
But you're also crowning a champion at the same time. So the emotions on both sides. It's always hard to see. I mean, this part's fun.
Well, and you know what? Both teams had their moments. Both teams played well at different times in the game. And at one point you thought Iowa was just going to run away with it. And South Carolina found a way to come back and show some maturity and bring the game back to a place where they thought they can, take advantage of their strengths. And there it is.
Dawn Staley, a 3-time national champ. My guess is this emotion that you're seeing on Dawn's face has to do with the loss last year, not being able to complete the task, especially with Aaliyah Boston as her senior. I think it also has to do with winning a 3rd title. It's cool to win one. It's special. When you win the 2nd, it means something. Now we're in territory of you're putting your stamp on a legendary coaching career. You are now entering a new world.
I mean, and we forget the narrative around how they went out, too. And all the chit-chatter. And Dawn always finds a way to be the most stand-up person in the room at the most difficult times. She just does. And congratulations to her. South Carolina, there's a new Boston town, and they reside in South Carolina.
Back-to-back undefeated regular seasons. This year, they were able to finish the job. I got to admit, I did Sue's Places this year.
Yes.
We visited South Carolina. As I mentioned before, we were talking about the tradition where they cut the nets. There's a man, I just saw him in the line. His name is Freddie Reddy. When I first saw the script, I thought it was a joke.
Right.
I thought they were setting it up. Freddie Reddy, shout out to you. I know you're going to take care of these nets, Freddie.
You know what?
I love you, Freddie.
Freddie Reddy Yeti.
You're one of the toughest to ever come out of Philly. We don't see these tears from you often.
sometimes you don't even need words.
We serve an unbelievable God. We serve uncommon favor. Uncommon favor. Unbelievable. So good.
It took something from everyone. A freshman, Tessa Johnson leading the way. Camilla on the boards with a career high. Bree Hall with timely shots. It was everyone like it's been all season. How is that the imprint of this group?
I'm going to tell you, Winston Gandy did a hell of a job on this scout. A hell of a job. He lost a lot of sleep. We had very little prep time. He explained it in a way that our kids could lock in and execute, and they weren't going to be denied. So I'm so incredibly happy for our players. It doesn't always end like you want it to end, much like last year. But my freshies are at the top of my heart because they wanted this, and I hope we can erase whatever pain they had last year, experiencing not being able to finish it here. So I'm just super proud of where I work. I'm super proud of our fans. I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's unbelievable.
You've given this group a lot of leeway this year. You call them the daycare. You've had to coach a different way.
Sounds good. No, we know more. I'm on a 0. We know more. Sounds good. We know more.
You've given them this freedom, just like this moment. How have you allowed them to be exactly who they are?
You have to let young people be who they are, but you also have to guide them and help them navigate through this tough world. But when young people lock in and have a belief and have a trust, and their parents have that same trust, this is what can happen. They made history. They etched their names in the history books when this is the unlikeliest group to do it. And sometimes, I mean, God is funny like that. He's funny. He rips your heart out, and he makes you believe. He makes you believe the unimaginable. Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Coach.
Well, Dawn Staley, a champion once again, and Caitlin Clark.
What is she thinking right now?
That's a tough walk right there.
Yeah.
It doesn't
the
hit.
worst walk.
Doesn't hit till you get to the locker room.
Yeah, it's the worst walk.
You're just trying to get out of there as quick as
Trying to
possible.
hold it.
And then you get to the locker room.
For me, it's like, give me the towel. I'm going right to the towel.
Came to South Carolina because you wanted to be around people who wanted to be great. But you were great tonight. These were crucial threes. How did you bring them to the promised land?
Man, it's a team effort, man. We've come a long way. There's a long journey. You know, this little freshman beside me has a game of her life today, and I'm just so proud of our team. And it feels great. It hasn't sunk in yet, man.
I think about your family in this moment. Your dad had you working out extra when you're like 8 years old. Your brothers move wherever you go. How do you describe that what your family's poured into you tonight?
They're so important to me, man. I'm just so happy and blessed to, you know, have them here with me. And man, I bet my dad's crying right now. He's probably even mad that I said that, but he's probably emotional right now. I miss you, Dad and Mom. Love y'all.
Tessa, you are a freshman. You come into the national championship game and you just are unbothered by the stage. What was your mindset like on your first couple of threes?
Well, I wanted to win. Our team, we want to win, and my teammates are just encouraging, always having my back, telling me, play how you play. So I just did that.
I think there's a lot of people that might get nervous, that might think they're letting their team down, or how do I perform on this stage? Why didn't you feel like that tonight? It didn't show.
I don't feel pressure because the team that I have and the coaches that I have, they're like, no matter if I make a mistake, they're always going to encourage me, and they're never going to let me give up on myself.
Your teammates, they could be mad that you're getting all this playing time in the huddle tonight. How is it that you are all so unselfish that no matter whose night it is, that's okay?
The culture that Coach Staley built, the atmosphere, the environment that we're in, it's all
we're unselfish people, and that's how we win it.
I know your mom and dad are here. Your two sisters that play basketball, your brother Jeremiah. What do you say to your family, Tessa?
I love you all, and I couldn't do it without you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, South
They're all so cute. There's like these young kids. I mean, a freshman, Tessa Johnson. An amazing performance by South Carolina. An amazing performance by Iowa, but it was the Gamecocks that came on top. Thank you guys so much for joining us. That's all from the Berta Taurasi Show. Stick around after the break for the trophy ceremony. D.
Salud.